It is 5:07 on a Sunday morning. Why are we up this early? I don't know either. We are job shadowing the great Dave Root, also known as my dad. As some of you may know, maybe not, my dad is a minister. He is of the Christian, Protestant, specifically congregational area of faith. It's how I grew up, going to church every Sunday. My mom will argue that fact. My mom will say, Nils, you know very well you did not go to church every Sunday, and she would be right. I went a lot. And when I would go, oftentimes I would go with my dad. He would go and pick up donuts for the after service social hour. And when I would go with him and get donuts, I would get like a special donut, not just one of the couple dozen glazed he would buy. I do have a lot of very vivid memories of going to church, and very happy memories going to church with my dad, and I'm gonna do it again this morning. Me and my car match. I'm not a very religious person, even though my dad is a minister and my brother's a minister. And while I'm not a very religious person, it has never stopped me from enjoying my dad's sermons and teachings and confirmation class and all the stuff that I used to do while I was going to church regularly. And that's why I'm so excited for you guys to meet him or to watch this video, because I think no matter your background, you will appreciate his worldview and his perspective, because it's just so earthly, and his insights are valuable for anybody making their way through life. So I'm biased, but he's an awesome guy.
I like to think every sermon's entitled, How Do I Make It to Friday? How do I make it to Friday? There is somebody, 20 people in my office. I love 19 of them, but that guy is so rude and so nasty. Thanksgiving, 16 chairs, it's wonderful, and the one relative you can't stand sits right beside you inevitably and then talks with her mouth full. So that's the professors of life. I love dealing with the professors of life. How you doing?
How are you?
Great. I just think, it's about how we can live our lives, and then once we're taken care of, and I truly, truly, truly believe we are, whatever, I don't want to get into the theology of death or we'd be here for 3 hours. We are taken care of, and once you understand that, then you can meet the needs of everybody else, because your needs are met. And if your needs are met, you can be nice to that person at the hospital. You can, when somebody stops you in aisle 2 of the grocery store and says, could I take 5 minutes of your time? Sure. And you can do that because your needs have been met. When somebody is telling you this terrible thing that happened to them and the soap opera of their life, and it's not that bad, but you can sympathize with them and empathize, yes, because that's where they are. And if it's painful to you, okay, it's painful to you. And you can sympathize with the Republicans who really, really don't like the Democrats, and the Democrats who really, really can't understand the Republicans. And it's all okay. It's all gonna be, give me a hug here, people. It's all going to be okay. It really is. But the worst part is not understanding that it's okay. I think we're going to, I'm making this up, but I think we're going to get to heaven and Jesus is going to say, Dave, why did you miss so much happiness worrying about whether you had the right pants to go with the right coat, or why did you say that at the party last night, or, oh, Davey, give me a hug here, babe. Life is to be... And I don't mean silly, like be happy, but life is to be enjoyed, to find your peace, to find your bliss. And you got to work at it. You got to work at it. And sometimes it's like running a marathon. Who is happier than somebody that's just finished a marathon? Doesn't mean life is easy, especially the preparation, but to know that it's going to be okay. It's going to be as it is. Tomorrow is going to be exactly as it is, whether I worry about it or whether I accept the fact that I've got enough strength to get through this moment and then this moment, so I should have enough strength to get through that moment too. I thank you very much. You too. Just me in the center today.